to say after the last game. So did Anthony Davis. Let's hear head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Darvin
in this game, and what did you think the main reason was?
Just in the second quarter, we had some, we had some good looks that just didn't go down. They got loose. They saw some go in, and it carried over into the third quarter. So good point-blank shots for the guys that are off, missing shots that normally make. And that's the way the game goes. It's a make-or-miss league. And, when you can't get a bucket and they're scoring, they're on the run, it's tough. Like, we have to keep the scoreboard moving.
Coach, what is your level of anger and or disappointment because you couldn't accomplish those things that you were just trying to do?
I mean, you just got to put guys in a position where, they're in their sweet spots, they're getting looks. And again, just hope they're in a good rhythm and things go down. For a little while there, we had only made 1 3. Then it was a long time that we only had made 2. We guarded their three-point line well. The offensive rebounds definitely played a part for them, and those guys getting themselves together, getting back on balance, giving up second and third opportunities for them to get buckets, get the rim. But you have to attack each possession. You have to be competitive, have competitive pride, and attack each possession. You're gonna miss shots, but you got to move on to the next play. One thing about this team that we've been really doing very good at over the last couple of months is having a next play mentality. Moving on to the next play, giving multiple efforts, but it's tough. It's tough. We got to figure out a way to get one on Saturday to stay alive.
Darvin, in the third quarter, it seemed like after Jokic picked up, I think that fourth foul or third foul, or whatever, that you guys you tried to attack him, and I think it went missed layup, turnover. How much of that is sort of just the pressure that maybe your team feels to be perfect or close to perfect against them, and have you felt that maybe tighten up your guys at all through this series?
Yeah, I just think the disappointment, on this team having the type of run they've had against our ball club, I think is just a lot of disappointment, and we have to do a better job of staying focused, staying positive throughout it all, because, again, you have those disappointment moments, those what we call disappointment lags. That disappointment can spill over to 2, 3, 4 possessions, and you see that someone makes a mistake, we drop our heads, we start jogging back instead of sprinting. But we have to fight through all of that. This is a hell of a team. They're the defending champs for a reason. I've been saying it since day one. They push you to the limit in order to try to beat them. So you got to be ready for that fight, possession by possession.
What did you see from D'Angelo tonight, and what's the plan/message for him going forward into Game 4?
It's unfortunate, man. He had some good looks and that he just didn't knock down. It's as simple as that. Similar to Game 1, he was able to bounce back in Game 2, and I expect him to bounce back in Game 4.
Darvin, pregame you mentioned your conversation with Rui about not overthinking things. How did you feel like he played tonight? And I guess what's the message moving forward for him?
I mean, just, the same thing. He has to play with joy. He has to keep things simple. As long as he's aggressive, whenever he keeps it simple, he's aggressive on both sides of the ball, needing him to attack the glass, attack the paint, get out in transition, run, and, as he did early on in the game. If he's open for 3, let it go, make a quick decision. But the little things, just his awareness and aggressiveness, whether he's double teaming, whether he's the MIG, baseline help, or whether he's going to get a defensive rebound, just want him aggressive in all facets of the game.
Coach, going back to D'Lo, when he's missing from deep like he did tonight, is there any emphasis in this game to get him to get some easier buckets, whether closer to the basket, some straight line drives, anything like that?
Yeah, we encourage him all the time to attack downhill. Don't hesitate. A lot of times he's in pick and roll with Bron or A, and the defense is so worried, back and forth playing the cat and mouse game. He has opportunities to get all the way downhill to the rim. But he's a scorer. He's a natural scorer. And so he knows how to get himself going. It's just like tonight, it wasn't a night.
Darvin, to your left, obviously history isn't on your side as a team that's down 0-3 in the series. What can you tell the team, or what do you tell the team in this situation so they don't come into Game 4, I guess, with the mental or emotional aftermath of Game 3?
I mean, it's as simple as, win or go home. It's as simple as that. We got to come with competitive pride, try to get one here, stay alive. It's one game at a time. That's all we have is the next game. And so that's all we should be concerned with. Coming in here Saturday, having competitive pride, try to put this thing together and try to get us one.
Darvin, you guys lost the lead, cut it to 4, and then I think it was a quick 8-0 run by Denver in that moment. I mean, obviously, you got to give some credit to the opponent. Why are they so good in those moments? What makes it so hard to defend them in those moments over the last couple of years in the playoffs?
I think it's just, you know, they have the championship confidence. You know, that starting unit has been together for a long time, you know, and been through some wars together. Their net rating is off the charts as a starting group. And they have playmakers. They have guys that step up and make plays. And the biggest thing I think is understated is they do the little things. You know, they crash the offensive glass. They screen hard, physical, consistently. And they have guys that come out and make plays for one another. It's as simple as that. And when you have that type of chemistry, you know, it's tough. It's tough. They don't settle. They come out and they impose their will on the game on both sides of the ball. Even, you know, they may not be top 5 defense or whatever it is, but or whatever. They're systemic. Way that they cover for one another and they bring help and do all of this, and they make up for different guys' shortcomings through energy and activity. And, you know, that's just another example of